The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WWE Black D Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege Season 4 Division 2, powered by LG Ultragear in association with AC Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is Baba Gusta and our admin Foxy as we are here for the final day of Division 2. In Season 4, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, Season 4 is very close to ending, and we've only got 3 more days of play left after this. And that is, of course, today, day 6, the last day of play for Division 2, and then the weekend for Division 1. With that being said, Consulate is going to be the map of the first match of the day. Mercenaries on the attack, taking on Team Mwaha's defense. And we're already in the ban phase, of course. Montaigne and Jackal are going to be taken off the board already. Fairly standard bans right there, though I'm not surprised, I am surprised that there are no Nomad or Blackbeard bans, given that it is in fact Consulate. But a Jaeger ban will be in play. Alrighty, Ubisoft did release a dev blog the other day showing us the statistics, and as always, Jaeger is all the way off the charts, been pick rate and a fairly decent win delta. Jaeger off the board, and you can see Team Mwaha with the and that one is never good because you always know Jaeger is very, very powerful. And a Mozzie ban.
All right.
Okay. A Mozzie ban to start things off. A very interesting set of bans right there on the defense. Jaeger's all right. You know, you sort of expected these days, but Mozzie, that's a first. That is very much a first right there. And that's going to bring Consulate off to a very bizarre and interesting start. Let's have a quick look at both his rosters on board. We've got MIA7, Ninja Freak, Hasib, Doctor, and Fatar for the side of MRCZ, while from the side of Team Mwaha, or Constant Esports as their tag says, we've got Mellow, Nexus, No Skill, Roxanne, and Triple. With that being said, Baba, round one's about to begin, and very interesting bans that we've had on a map like Consulate. How do you feel about this match that we've got on hand?
Well, Jack, as you said, the season is almost coming to an end, especially on the side of Division 2, and I'm really excited to see what kind of plays that they're going to bring, especially with the ban phase. I just got off guard when I saw the defender bans, Jaeger and Mozzie, both of them off the map. So basically, like, I believe MercenarieZ and Team Mwaha are like, you know what, like we've been seeing the same bans for the past 10 to 20 matches. It's always the same Mira and Echo ban. How about we spice things a bit? How about we just ban Jaeger and Mozzie instead? One of the most highest pick rates. I mean, Jaeger used to be the most highest pick rates. I actually have no idea on why they've banned Mozzie. Basically, it might be a targeted ban in which I believe Team MercenarieZ actually have a main who actually plays Mozzie, so yeah.
Sorry to interject here, Baba, but are you seeing this right now? The clash.
Oh, that's. I mean, you know, it's just Ubisoft things, Jack. I mean, no matter how many times you try to fix it up, there's always that one particular bug which would always irritate you no matter what. And with that, we're going to be continuing on with the action phase with the Team MercenarieZ pushing in. I believe Nomad. I mean, I'm just quite surprised that they have Echo and Mira still unbanned. They could have just played it out, but instead they're just going to go and pick Clash instead, and that too with the first round itself. One of the flashbangs being thrown just to make sure the ADS is not being used, and Ninja Freak playing on the side of Yellow Stairs. He is gonna go choo-choo mode, but that choo-choo mode is gonna be delayed thanks to Legion Gomez, but still he wants to go far. But first frag comes in on the side of Fatar as he takes out a no skill. That's one player on the side of Team Mwaha off the board. With that, Blitz playing on the side of Private Bathroom still needs to be careful as one of those impact grenades being used as he aims, tries to get a shot on the bomber, and he will succeed. Ninja Freak with the pistol plays. He's going to take out Triple, but still he needs to be careful on the side of Yellow Stairs where Roxanne is being played, and he's going to pick that out. MI7 on the other hand is going to take out Nexus, but Roxanne still playing from the, I believe, the piano stairs. Is going to take out one of them. Nomad, I apologize. It's his IQ who was playing from the repelling. It's not going to work out. In the end, Team MercenarieZ with the fastest round that I've ever seen. They're going to be winning a round 1 on second floor console office.
Well, that was certainly, a very, very, very fast beginning right here to this game. And very decisive right there from the side of Mercenaries. I believe the Montaigne man. I actually didn't have my head in the right place for a second because I saw the Montaigne ban, but I didn't quite realize Ninja Freak, of course, is in the lobby. And as the meme goes, as everybody knows, of course, Ninja Freak's in the lobby. You want to ban your Monty, your Clash. But no, they are going to leave the Clash in. That's Nexus playing that operator right there. But Ninja Freak on the Blitz instead is decided, okay, Montaigne may be banned, but the Blitz is another deadly one. No Skill's going to go out of the smoke into the castle. And just like Baba said, you know, Echo, Mira are unbanned. Very good, very powerful operators. Although on second floor of console, maybe not quite the best to have in play. Although I'm not sure. You know, it really depends on the team's persuasion, what they want to play, what they don't want to play. As the Legion is going to be in play from Mello, another very good and very strong operator, really, especially when it comes to gathering intel and stopping a late game push. And especially if it's a heavy late game push, you can expect at least 4 out of 5 attackers, if that many are alive, mind you, to have a Glow Mining mission. Roxanne playing the Valkyrie once again, very heavily stacked on intel right now, Mwaha, bringing in the kind of operators that they have, along with a little bit of denial from the Womai and the castle, of course. And the Clash is literally a walking barbed wire, so to speak. Valkyrie cams are going to go out. Roxanne, there we go. Action phase is going to begin. He's going to throw them out, and he's going to throw 2 out. All right, both sides of the west double window of console office. As proxy alarms are going to go out from No Skill in the meanwhile. The IQ is in play. She's going to be looking for those cameras. Of course, MII7 putting that RE scanner to use while the Blitz looks like he might want to go up yellow stairs again. He's broken the door. He's going to be droning himself in as he has a drone inside a piano. All right, interesting. Nobody looks. Oh, there's actually somebody on the Visa stairs right there climbing up. That's the Valkyrie, while their triple will go down. In the meanwhile, the Womai inside of meeting. No, not actually inside of meeting. Where was he? I'm trying to look for him right here, but I can't really spot him. Oh, there he is. That was the console front desk that he just went down on, and that's unfortunate for the man, as that is a Womai down very early in the round. That means he probably only got 2, maybe pushing it to 3 magnets out, but that's still very unfortunate for the side of the defense. They've lost a huge amount of denial that they could have had otherwise. As Mercenaries, they've started out very strong on both these first rounds, mind you. Round 2 is just beginning. They've only gotten 1 kill so far. It's a 4 versus 5 that Team Mwaha will be looking to bring back in their favor. The Repel's going to be in from Doctor in the meanwhile on the balcony of meeting as more shots are being fired in the meanwhile. That's the IQ who's going to go down instead. Mello's going to take that kill, but will he get refragged in? Yes, he will, but there's a refrag in again onto the Nomad, and that is Roxanne with the run out from Visa. He's got his cams, of course, as the Blitz is slowly making his way in. He's flashed the Clash, but he's not going to get that kill just yet. The Clash has enough of her ability still running, and there we go. The refrag's going to be in from Hasib onto Roxanne. It's a 3 versus 2 right now, all down to the Clash and the Castle, the last 2 standing. The Castle, of course, is probably going to be the one to go down first. Not quite. The turn is in, but it's not going to work. Hasib's going to be there to take that kill. As No Skill is the last one remaining. Is he going to go down? There he is. He whiffs a lot of shots, and he's going to go down by the long desk wall of a meeting. That is going to give MercenarieZ their second round on board. Once again, second floor console not working out for the side of the defense. Team Mwaha, round 2 not going in their favor. 2-0 is the scoreline. Mercenaries are in a good early game lead.
A good lead indeed, Jack. Team Mercenaries are on a roll. And with that, we're going to be seeing them defending on Basement Garage. And before I try to talk about something, Jack, I just wanted to ask you a question since there's a Blitz in play. Who do you think is the best Blitz player in the Indian subcontinent region? Is it Tsukushima, Goat, or Ninja Freak?
Well, now you've just put me in a spot right there, Baba, because if you have
I
to
just
ask
love
me,
to put you on the spot, Jack. I just always love to put you on the spot.
But if you ask me, I feel like I would still somewhat gravitate towards Senpai, Tsukushima Goat, right there from Demon's Force. Albeit, you know, Ninja Freak isn't exactly, like, he's not much, he's not really that different from, I'm not too sure what kind of word I should use. I want to say he's not much worse. But then that makes it seem like I don't think Ninja Freak is that great, you know? The English lexicon is very weird, but let's just say this. I have similar opinions to Ninja Freak and Tsukushima Goat, primarily down to the fact that both of them play shields very well. And playing shields very well in Rainbow Six might not be the same as it used to be at one point, where shields were considered the weak link of attacking teams. Nowadays, shields are one of the stronger links, primarily down to the fact that you can't exactly deal with them the same way you deal with other attackers, which is shooting them in the head. You have to wait for their shield to go to the side, you have to melee them, do a whole lot of work, really. But come back to your question, Baba. I know I dragged this on for a little bit. But
Yep.
at the end of the day, if I really have to decide, I'd have to go for Kashima God. I'm sorry, Ninja Freak, it's just how it is.
Well, let's hope that Ninja Freak proves you wrong. And with that, we're going to be proceeding on to action phase on third floor, where Team Mwaha is going to be defending on Basement Garage. With Nexus playing as the Maestro, he decides to go through the main stairs. I mean, I would say the spiral stairs, as we have Mute being played. I mean, the reason why a Mute is being played is due to the Mute jammers being placed. But oh, I just realized that all of the attackers are inside the site. I mean, not inside the site just yet, playing from the stairs. And Ninja Freak already trying to contest, as Nexus will be there to at least take Drocker out. C4's being coming in, but no, it's not going to work out. MercenarieZ with the heavy aggression is actually going to work out on the favor to them. And with that, Nexus and Triple, the only two operators remaining on the side of Team Mwaha, still needs to figure it out. Fatar is going to be planting the diffuser, I believe, at the side of default side. Maestro is quite late on that current situation, but he will eventually use that Evil Eye Cam to take out one of the Goyo shield, and he will eventually take 3 of them. Triple, on the other hand, is going to take out Ninja Freak. Nexus down, and with that, Triple is the only operator remaining, and he needs to clutch this one out. It's 1v1. It's MI7 versus Triple. With Triple having 100 HP, as MI7 needs to be careful. C4 being tossed out, but in the wrong position. Doesn't work out just yet, as in the end, IQ will be there. MI7 is going to clutch this one out on the side of Team MercenarieZ, as they are going to be winning it on Basement Garage. Oh my goodness, Jack. The aggression coming in on the side of Team MercenarieZ, it is not stopping on the side of Team Mwaha, and they have no answer to give it on to.
Absolutely. Team Mwaha in these first 3 rounds has been completely caught off guard with the absolute aggression that the side of MercenarieZ have been bringing. And even Basement Garage has not worked out with that beautiful 1v2 from MI7 right there, as the German operators have taken full swing from the side of MercenarieZ. We've got the Blitz, we've got the IQ, both of them working out quite well, and Fatar with the Capitan the last round did well to get into the side, get those early frags, and stop the Kaid from getting that C4 off. Although the C4 did explode at the end of the day, Fatar was the one to get that kill, even with the amount of HP that he had, that a Goyo shield was able to take him off the board. With that being said, Basement Garage is going to be the side of choice. Once again, round 4 is in play. And MercenarieZ looking very strong right now. 3 rounds on the attack on a map like Consulate is very well done. We've got a similar setup to the last one coming up from the side of Mwaha, but they'll be looking to expedite the process of getting themselves set up, doing it as fast as possible with their rotations, their utility settlements, and of course, any sort of denial that they're bringing in. There you go. Nexus nice and quickly with the double impact rotate inside of Cafeteria, and barricading away the back door. That is the eastern door, or the blue door, if you will. There's a whole bunch of callouts that you can call that inside of Cafeteria as well. Roxanne putting out those Valkyrie cams yet again. The man, of course, he does well with his intel. He does well with Valkyrie. The MPX combo as a Triple with an attempted spawn pick right there. Didn't quite catch anybody off guard, but he didn't even he actually didn't get damaged either. In the meanwhile, no skill, holding down the main wall of Garage itself, as the Ash is looking to make her way into round that she already has. She's gonna be flashing the hatch room, but she's not aware of where the Mute's playing, and that nearly was a 180 turnaround. That was a trade. Hello, Doctor. The man with the Ash just did a number on the Mute. Mellow. Oh, he went down not in a blaze of glory. Roxanne's taking a bit of damage, mind you. In the meanwhile, the IQ, we did see MI7 do a lot of damage up to the Valkyrie, and that's gonna prompt Roxanne to pull back for the time being, not take his gunfight, because he can't at that range against the J81. But there's MI7 onto Nexus. That is your Maestro down. What was he doing on the yellow stairs? Very unfortunate for the side of Team Mwaha. They just lost a huge piece of their denial. Meanwhile, Fatar's gonna find Triple. That leaves Roxanne and No Skill, the only 2 remaining inside his site. And the Blitz has already made his way down yellow stairs. Roxanne is unaware of this. He could go for this peak right now, and he will. He's gonna get that, but get refragged onto instantly by Hasib. It's a 1v3 right now. No Skill, the last man standing, the Kaid, as the Ying is coming in. He's gonna find him. Yes, he is, but he's flashed out of his mind right now. The Candelas are going off, and oh boy, No Skill is somewhat alive. He is actually by the white van. He will get one more. Is he going to get the last one? It's all that's left in this 1v3, down to a 1v1. No Skill against MI7. The IQ versus the Kai. The C4 comes in, and he will get it. The 1v3 clutch from No Skill, holding against the rush of the side of MercenarieZ, will finally give the side of Mwaha a round in this match. And oh boy, what a clutch it was, ladies and gentlemen. Round 4 is going to go to the side of Mwaha. They've got their first round on board, and that Kaid a little bit, a little bit lucky right there. He did have some luck going for him, but it was still very well done, catching the Ying and the remaining two in a 1v3 for the ages, as round 5 is going to be in play.
Well, what a great play coming in on the side of Team Mwaha. Kaid clutching it out in a 1v3 situation. Even though he actually did get blinded with the Ying's Candelas, he actually, panicked for a second, but glad to say that he converted that panic into patience as he immediately takes out 3 of them. And with that, round 5, Team Mwaha getting at least 1 point for the team as they will succeed on basement garage. They won't be able to take garage yet again because it is round 5. So since that is locked, the only side that they're going to be defending on would be either second floor console office, or I believe it should be the basement yet again. No, it's the first floor tellers. That's the only 2 side for Team Mwaha to defend on. If they have a chance to make it to 3-3, there's a higher possibility that we might be able to see overtime, which I am really can't wait to see that, especially on the side of Division 2. We've seen a lot of plays being made, a lot of mistakes being made from both of the plays. We even see a lot of great plays being made from all of these teams as we are going to be progressing on to action phase with Team Mwaha defending on second floor console office. They still need to be careful with the heavy aggression coming in on the side of Mercenaries. They did, however, defended at the right time, but it did not work out for the past 3 rounds. But eventually they still brought it back up at round 4. Round 5, where Capitao is repelling from below, and he's going to take out Melo, and who was apparently proning on the side of console office. A huge mistake to be making out. If he actually takes out Fatar, it would have been a great advantage, because if Bandit takes out Capitao, he won't be able to use his smoke bolts, or I would say the fire bolts, and with that, no skill with the SMG-11, he's going to be taking out Doctor. The Ash is out in the play, and that means the aggression is out, but still needs to be careful with the EE1D. The Lion has been playing onto, but ooh, I just really love how Ninja Freak is already inside console office, and Bandit doesn't even know a thing. He actually sees the one repelling from console office, and he's going to lose it to Fatar. A lot of smokes being used on the other hand, while the third line scan is going to be coming out. No intels coming in on the side of defenders as Nexus playing from the yellow stage. He's going to take out one, but traded out none other than the IQ herself. MI7, Ninja Flick, the only 2 operators remaining, and with that, Team Mwaha still has a chance to clutch this one out. But by the number of Blitz has been playing on the side of Team Mercenaries, it is very difficult with both of them playing on the side of meeting room. And the callouts are coming in on the side. They has to know that the place has to come in. Ninja Freak is going to take out one, and MI7 is going to do another by taking out no skill, as Team Mercenaries is going to be winning round 5 on second floor console office, and their aggression is never going to stop. It is never going to stop here.
Oh, it definitely isn't, especially the way it's being successful back-to-back rounds. Round 5, once again in favor of MRCZ. Looks like second floor console might just be a little cursed right here from the side of a Team Mwaha. I say that in all jest, of course, it's just a joke, as we've got the Warden coming in, and maybe even a Fuse. You all know that brings a smile to my face, but no, Hasib. Oh, okay, is that a little 200 IQ mix-up right there? Hasib? It's counting down.
Any minute now.
Oh, no, he's going to rob me of that right there onto the Nook at the last second. My man, you hate to see it. At least for Fuse mains like me, yeah, you definitely hate to see it. But second floor console is going to be the side of choice once again. And the Warden will, in fact, be in play from Mello. Bringing in an operator, we don't really get to see a whole lot, down to the fact that... I mean, let's be real. Warden's utility is in a weird way. Capcan's going to take a bit of damage from the impact grenade, opening up a rotate next to him. But Warden's utility is a little oddly played, shall we say. If you want to play the MPX, well, you can just play the Valkyrie. Better intel, better utility, better intel. If you want to play a C4, there's literally any other C4 operator in defense. If you want to play the M590 shotgun with an SMG secondary, you've got your SAS operators. There's many ways to play the tool set that Warden brings in. His gadget makes him unique for sure. Being able to see through smokes and flashes is a unique trait that Warden exhibits, but the way his glasses work aren't really built for the fast-paced combat that usually comes in, especially in higher tier gameplay and competitive Rainbow Six. And that's why you don't really get to see Warden a whole lot. The man just doesn't have what it takes, so to speak, as there's a run-out prep right there. The IQ going on the rappel's got to be careful, so is the Kali. Okay, I just noticed Doctor's actually playing that operator while Haseeba's taking a bit of damage. The Nook, I'm not sure where she is. That is Haseeb. Not sure where he is, but he's taking a bit of damage, but no skill's gonna go down. In the meanwhile, that was the admin repellent for MIA7. The man started off once again as he's gonna be moving in towards the side of long. There's shots are being fired. That's a Valkyrie on towards the Visa stairs. Roxanne, he's got to be careful. He's got an MIA7 to deal with, while Nexus has got AC for prep for a run out on to that double repel, but Roxanne's gonna go down instead as MIA7 takes that kill. The Warden playing by Bathroom's got to be careful. Is his head gonna be taken off? Yes, it is. He's gonna go down. That was not the play right there. For that's gonna take that MIA7 with a triple. The man is going off this round as the blitz has gone in, and I don't think there's even any care for the plant as Nexus is on the first floor. He's being hunted. He's gonna find one. It's a 1 versus 4 now. The man's got an ace to make this play happen. Will he get another one? No, he won't. MIA7's gonna come in and get the quad for the round as the IQ with the G8A1 LMG has been absolutely popping off today. And that is going to give the side of MercenarieZ round 6 going into round 7 roll swap. Ladies and gentlemen, they are 5-1, 1 round away from match point, and they'll be defending second for a console office and meeting, as of course it is round 7. The roll swap is in.
Well, Jack, all aboard the choo-choo train as Team MercenarieZ is on a lead, 5-1. It is not going well on the side of Team Mwaha, and I just love it when Ninja Freak takes Oryx, but sad to say for Blackjack, who is eventually a Fuse main, Haseeb, even though he actually did take Fuse, he actually 6-picked into the Nook. And I'm quite interested to see Ninja Freak doing the "oh yeah" plays every single time. I just love saying that every single time. You know that, Jack, right? Jack?
I mean, Baba, it just comes with the territory at this point, shall we say?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just love it when an Oryx comes into play. I mean, not just because of his Remi dash, but also he can be able to, get into the top floor without using the stairs, which is quite, efficient, but also not that much when it comes to the meta-wise. But still, he is quite an efficient roamer and is also quite great at shredding the I would like to call it the Monty mains or the Blitz main, because it's quite very irritating. And with Oryx countering those shield operators, it actually quite worked out, but still it doesn't work out on the hands because the shield operators does know how to counter Oryx in a proper way. With that, we're going to be seeing a double spawn pay coming in on the side of Team MercenarieZ. I believe that's Fatar and MI7. Oh man, MI7 is actually spawn picking from the admin office. MercenarieZ is giving zero mercy at all. They're just going to hunt Team Mwaha at all costs, even though on the side of attack they have triple playing as the Nomad. So even my apologies, even though they have Nomad coming in, Iana using her the holograms eventually to get to figure out where the exact location is, and with the Oryx taking out the hologram, he's going to be rotating back from the stairs. He still needs to be careful on the window. He sees one of the operators' head, tries to go for the connect, and he will succeed. He's going to take out Roxanne. Still needs to be careful on the flashbang as he tries to run out, but I would say the trade will immediately come in as Mellow is going to take out a Ninja Freak. With that, the manpower is both the same as one of the proximity mines is going to be heard out, and Haseeb will take care of that situation by taking out Nexus. That's 2 players gone on the side of Team Mwaha, and also a diffuser down on the side of Yellow Stays. This is actually not good on the side of Team Mwaha, and Doctor will immediately take care of that situation by taking out triple. Mellow and No Skill playing on the side of, I believe, the Yellow Stairs entrance. They still have the Nomad's air jabs, and look at that, Mira going for that spawn peak. So I wouldn't say a spawn pick, that would say a runner from Yellow Stairs, and No Skill is going to be taking out both of them. Fatar, on the other hand, he's going to take out Mellow. And with that, No Skill is all by himself, and he needs to get the diffuser down. Still doesn't see the one on the piano, and with that, Team MercenarieZ with Fatar getting the last kill as he's going to be taking out No Skill and successfully defends the second floor console office. And sad to say for Team Mwaha, MercenarieZ is on match point.
Not just on match point, a very, very decisive, match point right here coming out from the side of MercenarieZ, as they have completely shredded through the side of Team Mwaha today. Absolutely not stopping, hyper aggressive, and constantly going at it. It's like, oh boy, it has been absolutely amazing to see them play today. And Team Mwaha, unfortunately, I mean, it's not exactly a great match to be a Mwaha fan. Let's be real here. Ninja Freak with the 200 IQ 6 pick with a little bit of visual mix-up right there. Going out of the dock into the dock. Both the French boys are going to be in for the side of the defending team. That's MercenarieZ, mind you. The dock and the rook are going to be in. That's 2 roamers, or maybe 1 roamer, 1 anchor, depending on how Ninja Freak plays the dock. Of course, the roaming dock meta is very, very prevalent in Rainbow Six. It's always been a thing. It's just caught on with a little bit more steam these days. Okay, very interesting shotgun use being put, shotgun being put into use there from Doctor, the IT-12S. Not quite breaching the wall on those first 2 shots. Not really sure why, as Ninja Freak is preparing a spawn peek on copy room window. Interestingly enough, he might just go for the admin spawn peek in the meanwhile as well. The man, of course, has been doing a lot for his, quite a lot for his team for that matter. It's 3-2-4 isn't exactly a great score, but he's been bringing in the support in the meanwhile as well. Man finally gets on that administration, the shelf that he's on right now. Is he's going to take out the potted plant, but Melo's going to find a seep in the middle. That's unfortunate for the side of MRCZ. They've lost the rook, and that's a pretty big kill right there. The rook is an operator who can take so many shots, especially with his armor plates. But of course, so can the rest of the defenders. There's a little bit of a modifier that goes in place depending on your armor type, but that's a lot of mathematics that I'm not really aware of right now. I'm honestly not really that good with maths. So, oh, Fatar with the connect onto Melo. He's going to take 1 off the board, as that is the refrag in for the kill from earlier onto Hasib, as the dog holding on towards Abanofis. The open window has been spotted, mind you, and he could be taken off the board. The drone has seen where he is. The flashbangs are coming in, but he's still going to hold it down as the MIS7 has found 1. He's going to find another. The SM212 is out, but no, he's not going to see that. The Buck, no, that's somebody else. That is Nexus from all the way at the right barricade to take that kill, and the Buck is going to come in. The downs, and mind you, the kill should be confirmed any second. Oh, there we go. No skill's going to get it as the Doc. That's Ninja Freak. He's been flashed, and he might be facing a little bit of trouble right now. Any second now. No, not quite. The Ash hasn't pushed in, and the push instead is going to be towards the side of Visa Stairs. Is Ninja Freak aware of this? I'm not sure if he is. And he could be taken off the board. The shots are in, but no, the Thermite's still going to go down. How does that happen? How do you lose to an unawares Doc? As Noska's going to find 1 more. In the meanwhile, Doctor goes down, and that is quite a flurry of kills from Noska so far, but it's a 2 versus 2. The last 2 standing. Oh, okay, looks like we had a little bit of lag right there, but shots are fired. Noska's gonna find 1 more. That's Fatar off the board. It's a triple kill for the Buck today, as the Doc is the last man standing, all alone on the 2nd floor. The hatch isn't even open. He's gonna have to make his way all the way down yellow stairs and try and get a 1v2 win as the plant is coming down.
A bomb has been located. Attackers are activating the diffuser.
Plan will be coming down indeed, but it looks like Ninja Freak is not exactly having a great time right now. Gonna have to make his way back on the circular. Eskil watching this angle, he's still got to be very careful. 2 attackers, both of them will be on full HP. Tries to put the long arm diffuse, but it's not yet. The meter being used against him. In fact, Ninja Freak will not be able to survive, and Team Mwaha give themselves another round of survival round, in fact. As MercenarieZ is sitting very pretty on match point. A good attempt from MercenarieZ to try and bring back up, but at this point they're just being very random and not exactly a composure that we're getting to see from them. But that is at least going to give the side of Team Mwaha another chance to stay alive in this match. 6-2, and we still see MercenarieZ in the match point. Let's see who's going to take it.
Well, then, match point is going to be confirmed right here from the side. Well, it was confirmed from the side of MercenarieZ, mind you, a round ago. But first floor lobby not quite working out, mind you. They're going to be going back to lobby again for themselves. It was a close one, a 1v2 that the Doc could have made happen, but just unawares of where the Buck was rotating to. Unfortunately, unable to make the play happen. As right now, the Oryx is going to be in play once again from Ninja Freak. It's a 6-2 situation. And it looks like there could be a very, very interesting position in play. If Mwaha make this comeback happen, they will definitely be in contention for one of the best comebacks in the TEC League so far. But will MercenarieZ allow that to happen is the question right there. Baba, what do you think?
Well, Jack, since it is round 9, I do know for the fact that the second floor console as well as basement garage is still open, but still Mercenaries decided to just go on to first floor lobby. It's kind of like Mercenaries is taunting Mwaha to just get control of the site to plant it out. I mean, even though they did eventually lose on the previous round, it was just a Ninja free to cluster around on a 1v2 situation on the side of I believe where he was on the lobby. With that, I mean, the taunt. I really hope the taunt doesn't affect Team Mwaha's abilities. If it does, it's going to be quite a lot of major damage dealing done on the side of Team Mercenaries. With that action phase, and I believe the first frag is already in. A Doctor is going to be taking out triple, and he's actually going to take out the Nomad air jabs, which was being placed on the side of the meeting room balcony. And that was really unfortunate. Triple going out was very unfortunate indeed. With that, Ash and Buck, both of them arriving at the side of admin office. He still needs to be careful that there is one playing on the side of Tellers, as Valk is actually prepping up his C4. If he reads this house, quite probably she's going to be able to take out an Ash or a Buck, but it's a little bit too late. There you go, the C4 coming in on the side, but MI7 with the vigil plays is going to be taking out no skill, as he is going to rotate back from the side. A Doctor seeing that Raksan is playing on the side of the double, I would say the double deckers, the double desk, or I would say he eventually tries to get a shot, but it did not work out in the end. Ninja Freak playing the ability, but it doesn't work out because there is Mellow playing in, holding the angle, as he is going to take out my beautiful player Oryx. That is really sad to see, but in the end, still needs to see the plays coming in. Raksan still giving some hope for the team as he takes out MI7, but still he needs to be careful of the Doctor, who's playing as the Doc. Proximity mines being alarmed, giving a location of the attackers, going for the fight. Hasib won't be able to find the Ash, but still needs to be careful. Doctor playing on the side of spiral stairs, as he will take out Raksan. Nexus and Mero still needs to be careful because they are the only two operators who can ever be able to make a change, but it doesn't work out. Doctor with the triple kill as he takes out the Thermite with the diffuser, and it's all down to Melo to clutch this one out, and on a 1v3 situation. It's quite difficult, but he will eventually take out Hasib, but at what cost? He still needs to find Doctor and Fatar to eventually get the kill, but I don't think he will be able to get it because the diffuser is down, and the only maximum possibilities is to either go for the frags. A great amount of pre-fires coming in on the side of Doctor, but unfortunately he won't be able to get the head of Melo as he pushes so progressively well, as he is going to down him. And in the end, it's just all the BMs going to come in, both of these players, as Team Mercenaries will secure the win against Team Mwaha, as they're going to be winning out on first floor on a map of Consulate.
What a game coming in from the side of Mercenaries today. 7-2 on Consulate. A very dominating performance. Many rounds came close, mind you. It was almost always down to a 2v2, a 2v3, or even a 1v2 for that matter. And it just unfortunately was not the day for Team Mwaha. Not at all. 14 kills to MII7. Really pulled out all the stops today, as did the rest of Mercenaries, but they are going to be the winners of the first match, which has just ended Consulate in a 7-2 capacity. We do have another game coming up in just a bit, and that is going to be MonkaS taking on taking on TRN8 Valiants, and that should be another very interesting game indeed. With that being said, we'll be right back with that game. Stay tuned. Doc down the board. It's all down to Papmeister right now. He did find a kill earlier, but he's got to find two more. He's the man with the diffuser. Papmeister, I don't think he has enough intel on where these attackers are sitting. There's one on the doorway. Could go for the peek right now. He's going to rotate in. He's going to see the Jackal on the table. Down him. He gives away his position, of course, but Zim now has to worry about not having the diffuser. Papmeister confirms the kill for himself. He's sitting by the couches area, and he will... Whoa! What a shot from the Jaeger to clutch things out for Team Selfmade. Or he's going to get refragged onto by the Womai from inside the piano, making it a 2 versus 3. He's collected with a double kill for himself. He's gotten all the kills in this round for his team. And Nerubra is going to take down the planter, and the IQ goes down as well. It's a 2 versus 1 suddenly, all down to the repelling Nomad Terminator, full on HP but no diffuser and very little time in hand. Suddenly the 2v4 has become a 2v1 between Nirupta and Skalaki, and this does not look like Save Esports round. The Scarlet drop is in, and Nirupta will find the kill onto Terminator, giving team response as well as a push in the blue is in from the side of Instinct, but no, Supreme's going to find one more. That's Asterix off the board. He'll be great side by the IQ who was coming in through the hallway, and that is Solarfin starting things off for the side of Instinct as well. Instinct Esports out of. Nope, the Legion goes down from the IQ, the G8A1 pre-firing. Oh, he's going to find 2. Yakova and Sunny are off the board, and suddenly to 3 versus 2. Ven and Paranormal have to do something about this because they're in a spot, and the IQ is already inside his sight. Arsenal of boxes. Ven's going to find one with the C4. That's Cologne drive down, but the flashbangs are coming in. The G8A1, is it downing the pulse? Yes, it is, and it's all done to Ven. The Mozzie caught in a 1v2, but the diffuser is not the side. The attackers, he's going to find one. He's getting down one, that is, but the P10 only has so much ammo. The pistol's out. Will he find it? No, he won't! And Solar Flip.
That is something that we'll have to worry about, but they everybody's going to double down on him. That's definitely a ganged up one. Meanwhile, the Flash is going to keep the Pyromaniac. He can't come up with a super, and he can't frag. Oh boy, this could be something that he can't happen because Sam's on him. Spidey is the only one who's left. The man has got to make this clutch happen. He's got a million play. He's going to bring that out, but that's only a distraction. Already the Jaeger wins back all the way on the side of it. Atlantis for the get. See Bunda who clutch for Phoenix. Once again, an amazing throw count from the, but then again, do not forget the fact that there's another penalty coming up. A Pyromaniac is going to shut down the carry rocket. This match going on. Pyromaniac is going to find another fight. That's Adam on the board. Coming back to what I said from the looks of the way the match is going on. Optical, got to find Spidey. That's a nice refrag. In fact, Pyromaniac will have to make sure he gets that frag on Optical creeping up on behind him right now. He doesn't know that they're not looking at each other, but he is going to be the first one who finds him, and Pyromaniac gets that frag. I don't think Thermite knows that he's going to the white tree, but he's already a dead Thermite that he's leaving here. Or he's taking his way to the blue split. He's going to find Richland movement now. Yes, he will. The quad kill comes in from Pyromaniac on the side of the Peacemakers, and the man has definitely been fragged, man. But the Rattler on some days is not getting it, but meanwhile in Valiants, a nice frag. It's going to get them a shutdown very early in the round. Patch will be watching the flank, and Valiants is going to gain the life of Hobby. That is with the C4. The Pulse comes alive, and Valiants does a real possibility way up. He's not going to spot him, and Pulse and another kill. 3K for the Pulse so far. Every here, somebody creeping up on him. The IQ takes a lot of shots, and a headshot from him. Invalid comes up with the headshot on the catch and the quad kill. The last frag is waiting for him, and yes, it will. Invalid, the ace from Zeus Sabres, is going to secure round 11 for them, and that does also give them a huge breather.
And the first right now, but Ivana goes for the Walton and will be taken out. That is Pyromaniac on the board. That's a hard reach down for the side of the attack. Spider taking a bit of damage as well. There's a push into the bathroom. Heck, and more shots are being exchanged, but no, the sledge goes down as well. As does the Nomad! Lord Bane, what are you doing? He's throwing the tables upside down for TPM. And again, he's going to connect onto the Zofia. And the last kill is confirmed as well. Did he ace right there? Was that Lord Bane's ace? Indeed. Find that yes, he will. That's the double kill for Rats right now. There's another defender center opposite. Just crash a 5. That's the side of 5 seconds. There's a move right now. Will get this kill on Rats. He's moving around quite a lot. Trying to put the fusion spell, and there we go. He will find the triple kill on the spot. There's just one more left. That's Poseidon directly at the block. This is Customs. Number 5, yes, he's going to go down. That's Ghosty, but no, the kill is here from the man himself. Last down. For the goal, he gets taken out, but the impact is right. Marco goes down on the statue right outside. That is Poseidon, but he's going to get that flag onto
It's a 1 versus 4 now. The Doc versus the Thatcher. The Doc will move the long one. Okay. So he's going to move the counter diffusion fine. He's actually outside. He might get this. Oh no, he won't. He's got to get off the flank. Look at that. 200 IQ. The kills coming in from Ghost inside. That could have worked, but just not enough time. He wants to react to the plan.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power, experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power, experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Ultragear gaming monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear gaming monitor.
Playing on the eastern stairs there. The Ash is coming for the peak, but no, he's gonna make some shots. Benjamin with the shotgun, he takes it out, but no, he's not gonna inflict any damage whatsoever. As Aussie gets another one, that is Skalaki. He's left Benjamin down. He will get the Jaeger. That is never put it off the board, and the Ash is coming alive with 2 minute response by his enemy. Well, Benjamin goes down finally, and Aussie finds another one. That's a quad kill for the man, and he is going absolutely crazy inside the side. Zin is down.
Flickshot is here to get one. That is Saqib off the board. No more C4s in play, but here's the gun of Flickshot coming in. The commander gains one right, but Kingslayer gets a double kill. He's going to deny the planter. Yes, he will. That's a quad kill for Flickshot. Does he get the ace is the real question right now. Kingslayer, the highest fragger of the entire division, is up against a clutch that Flickshot has to make happen. The ace, in fact, for the man. Mwaha has to be very careful about the intents to peek this. Only 5 seconds left. Will Kingsley pull this off? He's not got enough to plan, and flick shot gets the ace. Back full freeze. Blackjack, do you mind taking this one for just a second?
Absolutely. Also going to go for a big runner right. He's going to knife one. Will he fight two? Yes, he will. Will he fight three? Yes, he will. What a play from the Bandit to shut down Team Super on the kitchen half.
But that is not enough to throw off invalid the gut here. Viper meanwhile finds another frag that's on the street ninja all the way on the side again. Viper will find one more. Viper has really been going crazy. So what we find, oh, excuse me, not in the favor of Sabers. We're still seeing the peak coming from the Jaeger, and he's gonna take the ball. Viper with the triple kill. What play from the Zofia. She gets the fourth, that's a quad. Viper, are you kidding me? What is going on with this man? Doesn't know what Zofia is playing, and he's gonna win that. Lord being will be picking up a fight here. Oh, more than that, he's gonna be picking up a kill here. A straight up headshot comes in on the Roxanne. That's already your Hibana off the board. Very important frag, and more than that's the only hard feature of him. A frag from Lord Bade. A shot from the Jaeger is going to claim another life. No skill goes down. The good headshot indeed from the man connecting it to it, but this has already made his way on the side. Think he's above? No. He gets taken away by the Jaeger once again, and that's Lord being with the triple kill. Does he find two more? Is a real question, but Mello is already going down with the plan. Oh, that is Nexus. Not any time soon. One has gone down. Lord Bane is here with another frag. That's a quad kill for the man. Does he get the ace? Oh yes, he will get it. And look at this play from the side of newcomers. They get themselves the ace on the from the SAS operators. The SMG-11 comes into play from no skill. It's all on Newell, who is all the way onto the white pipelines. He cannot notice where the plan is going down because of the he was blocking him, and what a denial coming in from Beaver. He's gonna get the plant with that snow skill off the board. Go for the replant here, and does he get spotted out? Is he will question what? Roxanne, how did you not notice Beaver? Roxanne, what are you doing, my man? Another frag comes out from Beaver just by denying the entire plan, and now Beaver has to find where the IQ is playing, but doesn't think you find him or not is a real question. Beaver with the 1-3 clutch. What the sports and Sparkles a 3 versus 2, not a favorite team in gaming. Meanwhile, the plan is going down. The Maestro comes up with a big, but Mike will be the one to convert that into a frag. It's all on the beat. He tries to get the sledge, and he will do so. That's the planter off the board. But there are still two attackers that he's got to find, and both of them will be on full HP, and so will be the one ping comes out. In fact, he's going to find the map at some time now. No, he's going to notice the nomad in that process. Some free fires are coming in, and finally he converts onto Mojo. Beat on the triple kill. He might as well get the squad kill, and more importantly, the clutch that his team so badly needs for the equalizer. He's going to go for this white peak, or maybe he's just going to go a little closer, and he might looks away at the wrong time, and Beat comes up with an amazing clutch. The third kill. Sparko will be playing here, but EX7 will be the first one to pick up a frag. I'm not sure where he got from, but Shelter is going to go down. He's way to this hallway. I don't think he's gotten hurt out. Oh yes, he has. EX7 takes a few shots, but he's going to answer back with the MPX winning the G36C. Stormite goes down to EX7 as well, and that's a triple kill for the man. The Valkyrie though. The flashbangs are coming in, and the proximity mines are there we go. EX7 with a quad kill this round though. Amazing play from the Valkyrie. And that's at least enough to put a dent on the Never Diamonds. But will they be able to convert this into a victory or not is a good question. And you get playing awfully closely at the neck 2 window, but that is something that gets spotted out eventually. Swisha Stefan is playing downstairs. As the Amaru, he just gets spotted out. The spray comes in, and he's going to find him. Cobra meanwhile find closely though. It's all down to Swisha Aniket with not enough time left, 18 seconds, and the clock is ticking. No smokes for the side. Aniket and Shalka is going to find one, and that's it. The shutdown comes in from Sam as Never Diamonds, who smokes for the side. Aniket and Shalka is going to find one, and that's it. The shutdown comes in.
Fankel, however, he's got a good position on the subroof rappel, and Platoon Kid on the garage catwalk. He's got a good angle to hold as well. It's a good crossfire being established, but no, Leave is going to find Platoon Kid as well, and the Legion will go down to Fankel. He's now in a 1 versus 2. A Claimer from Lockdown will save the life of Levy, take the life of Levy, excuse me. As Kishima he's going to go for the camera defuse right here. He's trying to bait that out, obviously, but he will be caught out as well. As Fankel, the man with the clutch with the chip in from, of course. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WWE Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with AC Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusa, and our admin, Fox, as we are here for the second game of the night between TRNA Valiants and MonkaS. It is the last game of the night, and it's going to be not the last game, excuse me, the last day and the last play day, that is, of Division 2 in Season 4, and that is tonight. And today, right now, is the second game. Valiants will be attacking. MonkaS will be defending. The map is once again Consulate, as looks like it's going to be a Consulate day to finish for Division 2 in Season 4. With that being said, we're already in the ban phase. Thatcher will be taking the ban, and so will the Capital. Once again, no Nomad ban, mind you, and it is the map of Consulate. Very interesting right here from both these teams deciding against the Nomad ban, against the Blackbeard ban. Understandable though, Capita and Thatcher, they hold a lot of utility for the side of the attackers, while the first defender ban from the side of Valiants will be the Valkyrie. Once again, fairly standard ban when it comes to Rainbow Six, given that Intel is king, and the Valkyrie ban will ensure that the side of MonkaS are crippled just a little bit when it comes to their intel. Last ban on this map is going to be from the side of MonkaS, and it will be the Echo. Echo will be off the board. A fairly standard ban right there, as apparently we have a bit of a ping issue for Magisk Boy. Not really sure what's going on over there. No, he's back down. Apparently he was over 9,000 for a little bit there, but he's back. And that, of course, leads us into the rest of this game with hopefully no issues from the players' internets or, you know, any other technical issues that we might have. So let's have a quick look at both the rosters from the side of these teams. We've got Archangel, Kingslayer, Hermie1, Dibjol, and Sub-Zero from the side of Valiants, while from the side of MonkaS, we've got Firefly, Lusty Boy, Magisk Boy, Tear, and I move to Lion. Second floor console is going to be the side of choice, and this match should be a very exciting one. Wouldn't you agree, Baba?
Well, Jack, it is going to be interesting because we do have on the side of MonkaS Magisk Boy, who is also known as Jora, who's been quite a tactician, as I would like to ask. I mean, he is quite great at, you know, getting frag kills as well as getting a lot of utility kills, and he always, you know, things quite strategically rather than, you know, going more towards gunplay. So, you know, seeing him play on the side of MonkaS is really going to be interesting, and he has to go up against Turn 8 Valiants. The only problem that he has to be careful of is the ping, which is around, oh, no, not like this. It just went around 9,000 at the first, and now it just went around 1,200, but I hope he's just back around 100 ping. Even though it's going to be a little difficult for Magisk Boy to cope up, I really hope that he can make some plays out of it. Action phase coming in, as we are going to be seeing I move to Lion using one of his ADSs at the double desk near the spiral stairs entrance. It's quite interesting to be placing an ADS from that specific distance, as we see a rotation hole being made from the yellow stairs, and I believe 2 of the ADSs will be placed at the yellow stairs. No, it's just one. It's just mainly to give you know, denial coming in, but I look at that. Care with already early kills taking out Dibjol. It's quite unusual to see especially on the side of Division 2, where we are getting a lot of early kills. C4 being tossed will, however, not connect, but the kill that Care has taken about Dibjol is quite important, because a lot of problems would arrive with that KSOE lifeline, but Kingslayer, on the other hand, repelling at the windows of Printer. He's going to be able to take out a Bandit. With the man count already being equalized, it's just a matter of time to just worry about the execution. They're just going to drone it out to see exactly where the enemy's positionings are. They're just going to head in. No problem gaining control on the admin office, but the only problem that they have to deal with is the site itself, meeting room and the console office. It's quite unusual to see the, you know, teams from the attackers from Valiants not repelling on the side of console office. So I believe they're going to gain control on the meeting room, where Nomad is repelled from the meeting room balcony. Jora still kind of worried about that connector window, as we see Ash using her breaching charge to open up the deployable shield, which gives them an angle for the attackers to head on in. But ooh, this is quite interesting to see. All of the 3 attackers on the side of Turnit Valiants are deciding to go to drone rather than just holding an angle instead. But this still needs to be careful on Firefly, who is eventually playing on the side of Visa. He's just getting an angle. He just needs to wait for that right moment to get the kill as best as he can. With IQ already going in on the side of meeting room, where I would say Legion might have an opportunity to get in. Meanwhile, we're seeing Kingslayer already rotating, repelling at the connector window just to gain the upper hand, gaining the angle. Hopefully not 1 or 2 operators are playing in at the side of the console office or the connector, and with that Nomad is going to hop in on the windows of meeting room as he is going to proceed to plant the diffuser here. Not going to see the Legion as he's going to take out the IQ, but does he know that Nomad's been planting on the side of meeting room? No, he does not, and with that it is a close span situation on the side of Valiants as MonkaS needs to clutch it out. I mean, they still have a lot of manpower yet, but the only problem is they lack a lot of gunpowder, and with that push is coming in on the side of MonkaS. They have to push in so that they can get good amount of kills as best as they can. I move to Lion, proning in, hope to see that if there is one operator holding in. Diffuse coming in on the side of Lusty Boy, but he's immediately going to take it out. Run out, not going to work out because I move to Lion is there with the support. Ash already coming in on the side of Connector, tries to take out the guy from who was diffusing, but it doesn't work out. Wamai being the hero for the cause for Team MonkaS as they are going to win their first round of defense on second floor console office. I would definitely say it was a really close one indeed, and looks like Firefly has decided to go for a rehost. So we are definitely going for a rehost. So we'll be right back after we're going to be taking a short break for like 5 minutes or so, as we are going to be back after the rehost.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between Tiarne Valiants and MonkaS on the map of Consulate. We are back from the Rios, of course, called from the side of MonkaS as they had a little bit of a sound bug, and they are back, hopefully, with no issues on their part. While the side of Valiants, they did have a good attempt, even at the plant off on round 1, but unfortunately, they were not able to hold down the post plant as the defenders managed to get the retake into sight and the defuse off. And that, of course, gives them round 1. MonkaS with a beautiful retake onto site as Basement Garage will be the site of choice from the side of the defense. The dock is being brought in from Care. They weren't joking about it back in round 1 right there. Care saying he wasn't quite in the mood to play the French medic, but this time he is bringing in the big guns. No Kaid or Bandit from the side of MonkaS. They're not going to be investing any utility onto that main wall because, of course, Kaid's Electric Claws and Bandit batteries can be countered in a multitude of ways, even with the Thatcher ban in place. With that being said, of course, they will have plenty of denial with the Jaeger-Womai double denial combo. And of course, Visual, the man's going to be roaming around upstairs. No mute, mind you. I don't think they're going to have the first floor bathroom strat open for them, while Magisk Boy, that is Jorah right here, opening up the piano windows, making the attackers think that there might be a spawn peek coming out of piano. Excuse me for the pause right there. This Care is? No, he's not. They're really baiting the attackers to think, Valiants that is, that there's a spawn peek coming out, but there isn't, and that is what Valiants will be aware of as they go for these peaks right now. Sub-Zero, the man's in today, playing for the side of Valiants. He's got the Thermite and the Diffuser for that matter, as he'll be making the hard breach happen. But the Doc, is going to see that? Yes, he is. Other shots are going to be fired, but no, he's not going to connect. That one bullet is all that Care will dispense towards, I believe that was a Buck Archangel, that is, towards the Riot Barricade. Big Door is, of course, joined by Hermie1 in this area as the Ash is pushed up towards the main door itself, the round desk door. And this will be a push coming in from the side of Valiants. They're expecting somebody to play bathroom, but the drones will reveal that there is, in fact, nobody playing the bathroom. There's somebody playing above, mind you. That's a Visual who was dropped down into piano. Spotted. Kingstar might be going for this kill, but no. I move to land's going to rotate back up as all he did was open the hatch, drop down, go back up. Yellow. Firefly holding from below Yellow, mind you. So Yellow shares being held right here from the side of MonkaS. Very well indeed. The Dock towards the side of Visa Stairs going up to meeting. As the attackers are going to have to get these roamers off the board. The Vigil will not be spotted by that drone, mind you. His ability was on. They know he's playing somewhere close by, but where exactly they don't, and that is exactly where Vigil shines. You want exact estimates, exact intel, but you're not going to get it, not with the Vigil in play. Thermite's got the hard breach off in the meanwhile towards the main wall of sight. As shots are going to be fired, the piano area is being busted open, very wide open, in fact. But there's Care on the hatch inside a meeting. He could find anyone who wanders through that connected door. Will it be the IQ? Will it be the Buck? Or will it be the Ash? The Ash barely survives. No, she doesn't. Care will be the one to get that kill. Drops down. He's going to find the IQ. Yes, he is. The down's in. He needs to get the kill, and he will. Pistols out, pre-firing where the Buck is. But what? Oh, dear me, Archangel fighting towards the hatch, not knowing where the Dock was playing. And now Care is going to be pushing up towards the bathroom area, but the pre-fire is in, and the Dock is still going to win that, as that's another kill for Care, a triple. Playing the roam with the Dock as Lusty Boy's here with one more. Sub-Zero goes down, and it's all down to Dipjul in a 1v5 ace clutch. Doesn't see the Legion's head, looks over at the wrong second, and now shots being fired from below him as he's been downed. The down will be confirmed, and the kill from the Dock. No, it will be I move to line to get the kill and finish things off for the side of MonkaS on round 2. Hyper aggressive right here with the roaming Dock plays, and oh, that's just disrespectful from I move to line. The hip fire on the CZ75 is going to give the side of MonkaS round 2.
As we are going to be progressing from round 3 as MonkaS gains the lead 2-0. Turnit Valiants needs to figure out a solution on how to convert the situation into their own favor here. MonkaS with Care playing also damn well with the Doc, as you just said, Jack. I mean, at the first round, Care actually did say that he wasn't that, in the mood to play the French operator. But since in round 3, he actually showed how great potential Doc actually works out with the MP5K ACOG sight, vertical foregrip, and I believe that should be a flash hider being used. That gun is quite deadly on both the short and close ranges, and all it needs is just one shot to the head. Wow, that's a good drone being utilized on the side of Magisk Boy as he captures one of the attacker's drone. That would be a huge blow for the attackers, knowing that one of the drone is gone, and with that, Mozzie can be able to use that drone to his advantage, basically a counter intel to hopefully, maybe he's going to place it on one of the sites just to make sure that if there's a plan being going on the later minutes of execution, that intel would be very helpful here. Action phase as we see Care going in for the spawn peak yet again, pre-firing to Glory, but sad to say he's not going to be able to find anything. With that, I think he's going to go up again. No, he's just going to barricade the Visa office, but still needs to be careful. Firefly needs to be careful on the Nomad who's currently being repelling from the admin office as he tries to drone out. One of the drone works goes out. I really apologize. That wasn't a Nomad. It was Archangel who's playing as the Zofia. Hibana repelling from the admin office yet again, hopefully to establish a crossfire angle. So if there is one particular player playing on the side of admin office, even though if they did get one kill, the trade will be up in effect. Magisk Boy still playing on the side of lobby as he asked his teammates to open up the walls right from above. Here's the breach charge. Firefly won't be able to not only take out the breach charge utility, but also he kind of failed to get the operator's head. With that, the drone works coming in on the side of attackers will eventually spot the exact location on where Firefly is. Vigil having a lot of problems as he is having a bit of a fight with quite a lot. IQ using his scanners to take out the default cams, and hopefully she will be able to take out any utilities being used on the side of the defenders, maybe of a my nade, of a my ADS magnet. And with that, we're going to be seeing I move to line using a melee hole as well as a bullet hole, basically to bait the guy who's repelling from the console office, but still needs to be careful because there are two operators playing on the side of the meeting room, and the only wait that Valiant needs is timing, and that timing has immediately worked out as Archangel is going to take out I move to line. Care on the other hand with a beautiful headshot is going to take out Archangel, but still needs to be careful on the side of yellow stairs as well as the long desk in which Castle is trying. Still with the Castle panel being used on the side, it will be a little bit difficult for Firefly to contest it. Lusty Boy on the other hand is going to take out Sub-Zero. A very nice kill. With that, two players are off the board, and Turn 8 Valiants have absolutely zero answer to give up to meeting room. Getting in on the side of Dipjol, he immensely gets tagged out around 20 to 30 HP. And with that, the attackers have control on towards the meeting site. Dipjol and Kingslayer, but still needs to be careful on Care playing from the yellow stairs, and he will immediately get destroyed from none other than the GSD9 operator, the IQ Hermie1, taking out Care, but still needs to be careful on three more operators as Kingslayer goes down from none other than Firefly's UMP submachine gun. And with that, 10 seconds left for Valiants, and that 10 seconds will immediately goes to zero as MonkaS will stay strong as they will win 3 rounds in a row on defense on first floor lobby.
Well, first floor lobby going to the side of MonkaS means that they've completed the 3 defendable sites on console, and looks like they want to go back to second floor console offices. Of course, as it goes, every map has its 4th site that nobody really likes to play, and that, of course, on consulate is the split basement archives and first floor teller site that we don't get to see at all. I think we've gotten to see that only once, and that was a couple of seasons ago. It's not really in my memory because that particular round wasn't really that spectacular either. The only big differentiating factor was the fact that we were going to that site for the first time ever, and what seems to have been the last time ever. This time, second floor console being in play, the castle being 6-picked into the castle from the side of MonkaS. That's Firefly right there, with that little bit of a visual mix-up, excuse me. I'm just treading over my words just a little bit, excuse me. But right now, of course, it's going to be, the ball is basically in TNA Valiants' court. They need to get their runs on board. They haven't been able to do that at all so far in these first 3 rounds. They brought it close, especially way back in round 1 on this very site itself, console, office, and meeting, that they almost had it. but unfortunately, it didn't go off. You know, the plan happened, and the site retake from MonkaS was just too good, and then the denial as the counter defuse was stuck. And that, of course, didn't exactly lend it to the round throw for the side of Valiants. Monka starting things off with a blast, as right now they're going to be looking to continue that. There's final, of course, final rotations and reinforcements and whatnot are going to be put in. A little bit of a utility, a little bit of intel gathering. It's all going to be in play. MonkaS are bringing everything on board. They want this round, this match to go their favor, and they want to do it as quickly as possible. Valiants not exactly having a great time, mind you. Excuse me. And seeing as yeah, they haven't had a great time in Division 2 so far. Coming up from Division 3, of course, they had a fantastic season previously in Season 3, but Division 2 has not been their best performance so far. They are sitting in the middle of the table at the end of Week 2, as they'll be looking to, at the very least, hold in Division 2 going into Season 5. Again, whether or not they'll be able to remains to be seen, as the Vigil's gone for a shot, and he's going to find one. Thibs on the board, and the Blackbeard repelling in without peeking. That is going to be... Oh, dear me. Looks like I had a bit of a disconnect right there, but the Doc's going to go down in the meanwhile, as Kingslayer is going to find that refrag onto care for that kill onto the Blackbeard from earlier, as that is the first defender down. The Nomad nearly finding one more. Firefly's taking a bit of damage, but the man is still very much alive. Both Valiants and MonkaS emphasizing on gunplay right now, as Archangel is going to be droning in to a meeting. Ibana's going to be using her exothermic charges, that is Sub-Zero right here, to, not exothermic, excuse me, X-Kairos charges to get the castle door open, but no, Majizboy makes a quick escape, and the headshot by baiting out that, and a double! The man's connecting left, right, and center. There's just one more to go, but there is an air jab stopping him from going for that, but there's I move to Lion from the other side of the map to take out Archangel, and that is gonna give the side of MonkaS round 4. The hyper-aggressive plays on Consulate. Looks like that's the main course for the day, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is 4-0 going into round 5. MonkaS, oh, they want this match, and they want it bad.
Well, Jack, I believe Majizboy has some tricks indeed. Even though he still has a little bit of problems dealing, especially with the lag of around 110 ping or 100 ping, he still should be back in no time. And Harvey1 going for the fuse, but an unfortunate 6th peak yet again, Jack. This has been happening 2 times in a row. You should be disappointed by now, don't you, Jack?
I mean, I get it. You know, Fuse, not exactly the best for competitive Rainbow Six.
Look on the bright side, Jack. Look on the bright side. Fuse gets an extra cluster charge. I mean, the only sad thing is, instead of getting kills, you're going to use Fuse to deny Jaegers and Vermeil's ADSs and magnet system. So that's basically a more of a disappointed thing, but you know.
It is. It is. As someone who's been maining Fuse for a good number of seasons now, I can tell you, like, I appreciate the 4th cluster charge, Ubisoft. I really do. But the intention of utility clearing, that's not exactly the kind of change you'd want to see, especially when it comes to Fuse, seeing as adding another cluster charge is probably not going to help him out a whole lot. Let's be real here.
Yeah, well, that's sad to hear that, but still, Fuse will eventually be a part to, you know, deny intel, as Care will decide to go for another spawn peak yet again. Pre-firing to Gori, hoping to find 1 kills, as Majizboy also does the same by, you know, he eventually gets a tag onto Archangel for around 80 HP, but he still gets to, he lives to see another day. And with that, MonkaS 4-0, as I move to Lion, goes for an aggressive run out from the meeting room window. The only problem is Zofia needs to be careful, because as he is rappelling on the side of meeting balcony, it's only a moment of time where I would say I move to Lion goes to do that run out again, but unfortunately he won't be doing that, as he is, oh, never mind, he's just waiting for the exact right moment for the attackers to push in so that he can be able to get in as best as they can. But still, he needs to be careful, because there is one operator who's playing on the side of the windows of connector as well as the console office window. Currently they just went back in. Zofia, oh no, she's just inside the meeting room balcony, but with that Claymore being used, I move to Lion still has a lot of problems to deal with, as he is going to rotate back from the connector. He's going to see the head, but no! there was Hermy1 who taking care of that situation as Care was there to immediately take out Kingslayer. Hermy1 who was playing from the side of main entrance, he's going to be taking out another one. And that was Care who was, apparently he was going for a run out. On the side of the other thing, MercenarieZ with the C4. He's going to take out Archangel from the piano room. With that, the score is equalized yet again, but Hermy1 is also low on HP. A one bullet to the body will eventually confirms the kill. Firefly playing on the side of meeting room, but Dipjol on the other hand is going to take out MercenarieZ, ending the reign of the C4. And Hermy1, I believe they've already entered in. Hermy1 with the triple kill. As Thermite is going to be using his exothermic charge to open up the walls of Garage. With that, Firefly, the only operator remaining on the side of MonkaS, there is a higher possibility where this can go to 1-4. Drones being spotted out, and with that, Ash with a beautiful peek. Dipjol is going to be taking out Firefly as Tornado Valiants finally getting their win on round 5 of Basement Garage.
Valiants finally getting a round on board, and what a round, what a required round from the side of them on the attack. Round 6, the last round before roll swap is in, and it is of course 4-1, still in favor of the side of MonkaS. Mind you, a little bit of a slip up right there from MonkaS as their train of domination has been temporarily forced to a halt. Well, not really a halt, it's been forced to slow down, and if they lose this round, then it will have been forced into a halt. Will
I
it
mean,
continue
you can
going?
say it's under maintenance. It's kind of like under maintenance. It's just they're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm sure they'll definitely be able to come back with that, Jack.
Absolutely well said right there, Baba. They will definitely looking to come back from this one round that they slipped up for just a wee bit. But right now, round 6, the last round before roll swap, means that MonkaS will be going into the attack right after this. And I mean, if anyone's seen MonkaS for these past 4 seasons, you'll know that MonkaS on the attack are just as aggressive as they are on defense, if not more. Especially today, where it seems like aggression is something that teams are emphasizing on. The previous game we had between Team Mwaha and MercenarieZ, MercenarieZ played hyper aggressively, and it was on this map itself. As right now MonkaS are playing against Valiants. Valiants did step up their aggression a little bit, but was it enough to give them consecutive rounds on board? Or will MonkaS counter this with even more aggression? That's the real question here. Is it going to be aggressionception? That is, that's a very terrible pun I've made right there, but at this point, why not? Firefly is going to be opening up the visa hatch. And I'm just gonna hold down for the time being. Lion on the second floor just takes out a drone with his ability activated, mind you, not giving away his position to the side of the attack, but he's got to be careful. Archangel is playing the IQ, so that could be his position given away. Meanwhile, the drone that was thrown in the console office, of course, is not going to give away where the Vigil is playing exactly. Once again, a big facet of Vigil's ability is that his exact position, at least in a 12-meter radius, is not given away to the side of the attacker's drones. The IQ, however, can find him very easily with her RED scanner. After that, it's a question of who connects their shots first, as the IQ, of course, has that element of surprise. But again, will Archangel be using that RED scanner to its maximum effect, or will the Vigil be allowed to roam successfully? There's a little bit of a push into piano coming in as the dock is holding down, that is Care holding down on the service stairs area. That's the visa stairs. He heard that window of meeting be opened. He's expecting a jump in any second now, but Archangel's going to find out move to line in the meanwhile. That is your visual of the board. Nice and quickly. The IQ looks like has found her prey, but the dock is still on the second floor. He hasn't been zoned out as far as I'm aware. I don't think Valiants know that Care is actually up here, and the Ash is going to be peeking inside a meeting any second. Now does it know? And there you go. That is exactly the lack of intel on where Care was playing. And that, of course, is going to give that man his first kill of the round and equalize the man count between both of the teams. IQ holding on at the piano hatch right now as the C4 is going to go out, but I don't think it's going to be blown just yet. Is that Doc playing on in that little grass patch on Spiral? Yes, it is, but Kingsley has pushed up. He's got the vertical angles, and he's going to use that to take out Majisboy, the Kaid. The Doc, oh, is actually in lower Spiral, not in the grass patch. I almost got confused right there because his outline was very close to that. But Care holding on lower Spiral. Lusty Boy with a shield in pipes is going to be holding down this area. He's got a Womai Magnet and, of course, a proxy alarm to save him in case things get hairy. But the Thermite's pushed in and he's not aware of that, and that's going to be exactly why. That was, yeah, good kill from Sub-Zero, but Archangel got taken out by Firefly. And meanwhile, as the Doc's pushing up, he's going to light up the Zofia. He's going to have to sell field right now as Firefly. He's going to be going for this piece. He knows where the Zofia is. He's going to get that. That's a good kill on the Kingslayer. But there's two more attackers, and they're going to be pulling back very far from where the site is because the plant is off. The Doc's going to come in. Will he be spotted? Hermy1, he's got to see where this Doc is any second now. He's watching the double window, but no, he's going to get tagged up by the Doc from underneath the car. That's the Blackman area, but the Doc's been down. He's going to be reviving himself as the castle's going to go down. In the meanwhile, it's a 1v2 right now with 15 seconds remaining. The Doc's going to find one. He's going to find two. He's got to find where the Thermite's playing. He's going to go for the counter defuse. He's going to go for it again. It's going away from him right now, and he will, in fact, be taking a lot of damage. He can't exactly go for the counter defuse. There's no point, and the time will run out. And that is TNA Valiants with their second round on board. Round 6 on Basement Garage goes to them once again, as Valiants looks like are slowly picking up their act. Round 6, the last round before roll-up, goes to them as we move to round 7 in a 4-2 scoreline, still in favor of MonkaS, mind you. But Valiants are slowly clawing back. Will they be making this comeback happen? We're on the other side of the roll swap. MonkaS are on attack while Valiants are defending now. This should be a very exciting match coming up.
Well, Jack, as I see from the match history, on round 2, they actually did win the side on Basement Garage on defense, MonkaS, but on round 5 and round 6, they had a little bit of problems, so they had to tone down the aggression quite a bit. And with that aggression being toned down, Turnate Valiant used it to his advantage, not only pushing in from the side to like their main objective was to take out the roamers first so that they can be able to get on the side as best as they can. They eventually succeed in that, in which Turnate Aliens got hold of winning 2 rounds on Basement Garage. With that, we're going to be seeing Turnate Valiants going to defense as they're going to be defending on 2nd floor console, office and meeting room, which in fact is going to be a little bit on the favor of Turnate Valiants, but let's see how well MonkaS is going to be doing it. I mean, when it comes to the execution sides, you still have, you can either push in from the admin office or you can just rappel from the console office. You just rappel in, but the only problem is if you had a Capitao in which it is banned from none other than MonkaS themselves, they still need to be careful on not only getting on the site if they're going for an execute on console office, but still if they do need to go to execute on console office, they still need a smoke. I mean, you have a smoke being, you have a smoke utility from the operators like Jackal or a Dokabi, but since a Nomad is being placed, a Nomad would be quite enough. Thanks to our air jabs, you can be able to use those air jabs to deny aggressive pushes being used either from the piano window or from the yellow stairs entrance. Nomad repelling from the piano as Zofia is going to be using one of her KSOE lifelines, almost sees the head, tries to contest, but Lusty Boy is definitely not in a great HP as he is low, or as he's definitely low with Sub-Zero, who was trying to contest with them with the LMG. But no problem with that. No, it's actually a lot of problem as Majisboy finds the head of Sub-Zero as he's going to get taken out. But Lusty Boy, with the 2 HP remaining, he still needs to be careful as he needs to play on the angle bird. Ooh, Kingslayer with the perfect headshot as he takes out Majisboy. The Nomad with the air jabs will still be up in effect, but the manpower is down for the count. With that, a lot of, I would say, repelling being used on the side of MonkaS, as well as drone works. I would say not a lot of drone works being used on the side of MonkaS, as they only need to worry about the execution-wise care. Oh, he doesn't see the round out being used from Archangel, and that too with the SMG-11. He's going to take out Care. That is not going quite good, and that was a really great shot coming in on the side of Archangel, and that it was a risky one. because it is a smoke. Because mainly a smoke operator would use the toxic babe canisters to delay the push coming in on the side of attackers. But Maverick still needs to be careful, and he wasn't careful indeed. Kingslayer taking control of that advantage as he takes out Firefly. Lusty Boy with 5 HP, he's going to take out Dipjol, but still, no, actually he's going to take out 2 of them. Archangel is off the board, and that they have control of connector, but still needs to be careful on the side as well as the yellow stairs. Sorry, not on the side as well as on the double hallway of the spiral stairs. And then we have 30 seconds left for Team MonkaS, and they have to push in. I move to Lion, still has the diffuser in hand, so he's going to push in from the yellow stairs. Still needs to be careful on the double desk, in which Hermi 1 is playing on to, so he still needs to be careful, but he has one of his exothermic charges. He can be able to use it, going to open it, but only time will tell. He's going to use it, opens it out, and he is free to plant on the B side, but still he doesn't see the guy holding the angle, as Hermi 1 is going to take both of them. A vital mistake on the side of MonkaS, as Tornado Valiants gains the upper hand, winning round 7 on second floor console office.
That was a huge misplay right there from MonkaS, letting the Doc play on the long desk for that long, allowing him to not only consolidate his position and get a good bearing of where the attackers are playing from, but also allowing him to pick them off one by one. Hermi 1, very well done to get not just the Thermite, but also move on to the kill onto Lusty Boy right there, the Zofia, who picked him from bathroom. But the fact is, while the Thermite was going for the hard breach, Lusty Boy could have, and probably should have, gone for the peak as well to try and get the Doc out of his little position, which would have left Kingslayer, the last man standing, the Jaeger. And unfortunately, that didn't quite happen. MonkaS, unfortunate for them, Valiants have taken their first defensive round, and slowly but surely they're making a comeback happen from a 4-0 to 4-4, but they need one more round to do that. MonkaS have definitely lost the play quite a bit in these last few rounds, and they need to get out of this little rut that they found themselves in. Their momentum has been halted, and not only halted, but turned over towards the side of Valiants. As going into Rollstop round 7, they kept up that winning streak, made it 2 rounds into 3 rounds, and right now it's not looking that great. Even if MonkaS are on the lead, they've been at that 4 rounds 1 score for a while now. They've been on that for 3 straight rounds. As Hermi 1, oh dear me, going for the spawn peak. He's gonna find that head, not quite. He's being lit up. He's gonna pull back, still taking the fight, or at least trying to, but the spawn peak not quite working out. He's done 0 damage to any of the attackers, and that's unfortunate, but he might go for this again. He's healed himself back up, overhealed just a little bit, mind you. But no, he's not going to be going for this. At least he's not going to be finding anybody. Oh, nearly catches the Nomad, but Lusty Boy will find Dipjol. In the meanwhile, the Nomad's head is just visible on top of that wall right there, that partition wall. Magisk Boy, he's got to be very careful right now, as of course, Dipjol went down, and the Nomad is going to find the Doc. Yes, he is, finally! And that is going to be Hermi 1 off the board, and it looks like MonkaS, they've brought in a couple of very early kills. Kingslayer on the yellow stairs. He's got to be careful as there's a push coming in. The Bandit, who was attempting to trick, has been forced out of his position, as there is the Thermite in play out of the line. He's going to be going for this, and oh, what a play from Firefly, using that little slit that he's opened up right there for himself to take out the Jaeger, as there might be a Bandit. No, a C4 comes in to take out that exothermic charge, and that was, of course, successful from Archangel, as that has stopped the Thermite breach. But I think he's got one more, unless he got tricked out earlier. I'm not entirely certain right now. No, I'm able to land. Is going to just pull the trigger on nothing. As the yellow stairs door push might just come in, but there is the Nomad, I think that is going to take a bit of damage. Magisk Boy's got to be careful. Jora, that is, and he's going to find the Bandit instead on the yellow stairs. Speaking it all, it's all down in a 1v5 to the Maestro. He's found one. Is he going to be able to find 4 more? He needs to ace this to make this clutch happen. The drones are spotted exactly where he's playing. There's a push from behind, and he will be taken out by the Ash coming in from Cafeteria. Care will be the one to get that kill, and MonkaS will be finally taking a round on board for themselves after staying on 4 to something for so long. It was a 4-0 to a 4-3, and now it's 5-3 for them going into round 9. They're 1 round away from the match point, and Valiants are once again 2 runs away from an equalizer.
Well, Jack, if MonkaS wins 9 round, they are about to go to they will be on match point. My apologies. The amount of plays that Firefly did with the slits used from the breaching tot absolutely, blew my mind. And with that, we're going to be seeing round 9 as Turned Valiants is going to be defending on Basement Archives.
Wait a minute. Well then, we were just talking about this side, weren't we, Baba? The fact that we've only seen this once before in the TEC League. Looks like we're going to have a second attempt at this side, this time from Valiants. Baba, take it away.
All right, then. Definitely. I mean, it's quite... I almost realized that Kaid has a revolver in hand, so that... I mean, like, the maximum amount of time that Kaid's secondary weapon would have would be the .44 Magnum gun, which has an ACOG side pistol, in which it was not quite favorable for both the operators Kaid as well as Nomad. So since they have the opportunity to change those weapons, it's it's quite helpful for them, especially with the Kaid using the revolver, which would give him a change of pace. And with that, MonkaS being on a 2-point lead and Turned Valiants defending on Basement Archive. This is going to be an definitely astonishing place to see. I mean, it's quite difficult for the defenders to hold on to. They have, good amount of intel operators. They have Pulse with the cardiac sensor. You have the Mira with the Black Mirror, who is an absolute, beast when it comes to holding the site. You have the Mute to jam not only the not only to jam the drones, but also they can be able to jam the breach charge, or I would say the exothermic charge, in which the attackers has, as I move to live and is going to use one of his exothermic charges at a specific location that I do not know. With all of the attackers coming in on the side of the garage as Nomad and Zofia gaining control of the basement garage. Still needs to be careful because there is a Mira wall and Sub-Zero playing from the security room. It's taking control of that specific room is going to be a bit of a challenge for MonkaS to get in on it. And with that, Nomad, actually, I would say Zofia playing on the side of the yellow, the white van. Bandit tries to go for that preferred spawn peak, and look at that, Care already inside as he takes out Hermi 1, finds the second one, but eventually he just tags Mira, but he won't be able to get the shot in. But oh, look at that, he's going to take out. Actually, yes, he gets 3 of them. Care taking care of the situation as he gets 3 kills. Sub-Zero, on the other hand, eventually gets 1, but he's going to get traded from none other than Majest Boy himself. With that, Dibjal is the only operator remaining with the TCSG shotgun ACOG sight. It is a very difficult gun, and that too a really, I would say, a bad gun to get a kill onto. Well, with that, he's going to be taking, care of, but he won't be able to get the second one as MonkaS going out strong, winning round 9 as we are going to be proceeding match point for Team MonkaS.
Well, MonkaS, they definitely knew what they wanted to do with the site being Basement Archives and Tellers. However, it wasn't quite the play from the side of Valiants. Look, going into that round, the way they picked that, like early in the pick phase, they went into that, they got their reinforcements, they had the Mira. It looked like they had an idea on what to do, but MonkaS just came in, completely dismantled it, and walked out with another round victory, as it is 6-3 match point for them. And the side of Valiants are once again staring very heavily down the barrel. Second floor console office is going to be the site of choice. The Maverick is going to be 6th picked in by Firefly out of the Hibana. And this round is going to be very interesting to see if MonkaS keep up the sort of not as hyper aggressive plays as they started out with, but they've definitely been a controlled aggression from them. They've definitely had the controlled aggression in check. And it's worked out for them so far. At least for these last 2 rounds, they had 3 rounds where they had a bit of a hiccup, but they are back, and they're back very strong indeed. Excuse me. Valiants not really opting for a castle. They're opting for a Hermi 1. The man with the dog made a clutch happen a couple of rounds ago on this very site itself. as round 10 is going to be in play, and we're going to be in action phase any second now. Kingslayer making sure that that single reinforcement wall in admin is going to be reinforced. That is a line of sight denied for the side of the attack, but the Maverick can of course take care of that nice and easily, no problem for him. They have the Mwaha in play, as do they have the Mozzie. The man's going to be doing some counter intel and intel denial for the side of the defense. MonkaS will be looking to save their drones from this man's tests that are going to be scattered everywhere over the map. And of course, Sub-Zero, he's going to be aware of whether or not he's caught a drone. Actually, I'm not really sure if he has caught a drone. He's just vibing on the yellow stairs, but Kingston's going to find one. That's Majizba off the board. That is the Nomad down very, very early indeed. That's unfortunate for the side of MonkaS, because the Nomad is a very important operator to have available later in the round, at least until all the air jabs are off. Kingslayer all the way down in basement right now. He's got to save himself for this push that will be coming in from MonkaS. Even if it is a 4 versus 5, MonkaS will make this play happen. They will attempt to make it happen, as there's a bit of a bathroom peek coming in. Sub-Zero's got to be careful of that. He's going to break open, at least prepare the yellow stairs door. Shots are being fired in this general direction, as Archangel is going to find one. Actually going to be found by one. That is Firefly getting the kill, who's gone into console already. Okay, I think the Maverick's in sight. Yes, he is. He could go for the plant right now, but he's waiting for the confirmation on the clear. He doesn't see the Mozzie's legs through that little foothold peak. He's going to be going for the plant instead. The man's opened up the diffuser. The lunchbox is in. Is he going to get the plant off? I think he is. Valiants, completely unaware, are going to be caught off guard with the plant coming in from the side of the attack. And now this round has been shortened to just 37 seconds, as Firefly is going to be holding down inside his side. Lustiboy is going to find one. One might be found. The pre-fires are in. The Maverick has just given his position away instead. Is he going to be taking out the pistols in? He's found one, but he's going to be refragged onto instantly as a trader. Bodies is in. Lustiboy's found one as well. And there goes the dog holding inside of console front desk. As I move to the line on the upside down rappel, will find that kill. And that is going to be MonkaS on round 10. They had a halt in their aggression, but they came in, and the sneaky plant from Firefly's Valiants were caught completely unawares. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a quick and explosive end to the second game of the night. MonkaS prevailing over TRNA Valiants on the map of Consulate 7-3 this time. As what a game we've just had. With that being said, we are, of course, going to be taking a short break before we come back with the third game of the night. And that should be a very exciting game as well. We're going to be looking to close off Season 4 for Division 2 very, very excitingly. And we'll be right back with that. Stay tuned. Very, very ballsy revive, but Rovnex is here with cover for King Arthur. But there's a bandage to find the kill onto the IQ. And he's going to find another one. Will he find the third? Sophia's inside of logistics right now. And yes, the kill is confirmed. A triple kill for Venetaus. As Marksman is going to find fun in the meanwhile. But I believe that was the diffusion drop inside of construction. And Venetaus is just going to be holding down for the meanwhile. It's a 3v2. All time the Marksman at play against Leo Tazu and Venetaus. Oh, the shots are fired, and the Nomad will go down to a quad kill by Venetaus, and more shots are being fired. I believe that's Umai fighting the Hibana, so I have an idea at least. And the Bandit should go for the speak any second. Oh, yes, he will, and the kill is confirmed! Venetaus with the ace for Sage Elite. The man really came alive in this round. And
here because he's exposed on one angle, which is quite surprising. It's quite impressive to see, and whoa, that's a really great shot there from Extend taking out Hussein. The pings are being spot on, and the push is coming in from the Nomad, and he'll eventually get the head of Wamai, and he will eventually get a double kill. Going with Micro C4, he can be able to use it once from surprise, but it doesn't work out. Avid, triple kill. He is on a roll here, but it won't be that much because he is the only operator remaining currently, and he needs to clutch this one out on a one-in-two situation. He still needs to know that there are two players who's currently situated from the bakery. He sees the head, and he'll eventually take a vid and gets a quad kill. It's just Noctis remaining here. Angles being opened up. He doesn't know exactly where the location is. Pins being found out from Nomad. He still needs to be careful. He has to go for the frag. Goes to the vault in, sees the head of Echo, and he will get it! Exchen with the ace, and they will win round 6 as almost walkover.
Will be more than happy to take that kill. Ball still scanning away more than enough himself. First team that's gonna fire from below. Tiki Donut, so much damage is downed. And will the kill be confirmed any second? As the heartbeat scanner comes out, he's gonna see the slow movement, and the kill should be confirmed. Not quite. Spaceman, you're very close to taking the ash out, and if Seeking Donut goes down now, then Darkness Esports will be in a back position. But shots apart from Jaeger. What a headshot from Spaceman! He's gonna confirm while the revive is coming off. Will he be spotted on the side? He does shove shots apart, but no, the UMP will win. That is his position, and the thermite seems to peak. There we go. The kill is confirmed. It's all down to Kaid. Mischief in less than 50 seconds remaining. Time is off, and Mischief is here on the second floor. The third floor, that is. He doesn't even have a C4. He has to go for the gunfight, and the AOG probably isn't going to win in this situation. He's going to go for the peak. He finds one. Almost gets collateral, but he won't be getting that just yet. Both attackers are pulled back towards the painting set, and oh, what a connect! Onto the head of Lawrence from Mischief. It's all down to Prakul. Mischief himself is very low on HP. The Kaid could be taken out by just sneezing on him. Noise right here as the bot. He knows where this guy is playing. The running from the Kaid is given his position, but no! The clutch is confirmed by Mischief. The play is in, and the Kaid lumbering around on top floor will get the counter defuse in. He misses him, and the plant is coming off as the Ying will find the kill onto one. It's all down to the smoke, and Zujin will get the plant off. There is the kill from Ovipli onto Gypsy, as it's now 1v2. Make that 1v1. The smoke is here for the clutch. He might just be able to find it. The last attacker towards the side of red stairs. That is Jinx. It's between Jinx and Ovipli. The SMG-11 versus the Type 89. Will the shotgun come up from the smoke? He's going for the angle from the Heaven has drop. Will he see the Hibana? Will the Hibana see him? He's going to go back towards the diffuser. Try and bait it out with a counter defuse. Or will he stick it? No, he's baiting it. The Hibana doesn't push, but he's going to be seen! And Ovipli with the triple kill clutch is gonna get the round for the side of Dauntless Esports.
That is not a play you want to be making. I'm not sure that's the right thought process, but no, there he was. Speaker's gonna find Sophia. Not gonna find the frag and Sonic exchanging some shots here. I think he's trying to go for the bandit tricks that are stopping him, but there you go. The quick peek comes in once again from Spaceman. That is the frag that the Valkyrie needed. So this drop down comes in from, well, like I said, it's essentially 2 versus 1, and now Spaceman comes in with the C4 next. Well done, Tucker goes up. He's sticking the plant. He's not getting off of it by that means the post-match situation, but no, Spaceman is going to back you off quite a bit. He's not going to find the frag. He will indeed. That's again the Valkyrie with the plays. Once again from the side of Spaceman, and that is what is going to secure almost walkover. Another round on board.
Has not made a rotate that they needed to. Smokes are going to come out from the gridlock as the push is going to happen towards the Visa door, but will they be able to find him? The Maestro's here. Will he find one? No, he gets taken out. Instead, the Thatcher was a gunfight. Meanwhile, Kingstar got Keo. That is the diffuser drop, but the plant is still happening. Will he find him? Yes, he will! The denial is in. The Jaeger shooting through the smoke is going to connect onto the planter. And as the gridlock goes down for Rios, but that is, of course, at the end of the round, as Shisuke is going to be taken out. He was trying to come in, but there was a peek from Yellow Stairs. Meanwhile, there is a Sonic. That is the man on Yellow Stairs with the diffuser. The pulse is very close to him, but so is the Thermite, of course. Will they find the pulse? I don't think they have. Kyo's going to find Kingslayer. Meanwhile, that is the pulse down. It's all down to Lynch once again. Kenny sees the plant. He sees the hands, and he gets the down just in time! The Maestro with the evil eye doing it again! And oh dear me, veterans on the attack will be kicking themselves this time. Very ballsy revive, but Rovnex is here with cover for King Arthur. But there's a bandage to find the kill onto the IQ. And he's gonna find another one. Will he find the third? Sophia's inside of logistics right now. And yes, the kill is confirmed. A triple kill for Vinataus. As Marksman is gonna find fun in the meanwhile. But I believe that was the fusion drop inside of construction. And Vinataus is just gonna be holding down for the meanwhile. It's a 3v2. All done the Marksman and play against Leo Tazu and Vinataus. Oh, the shots are fired, and the Nomad will go down to a quad kill by Venetaus, and more shots are being fired. I believe that's Umai fighting the Hibana, so I have an idea at least. And the Bandit should go for the speak any second. Oh, yes, he will, and the kill is confirmed! Venetaus with the ace for Sage Elite. The man really came alive in this round. And
Here because he's exposed on one angle, which is quite surprising. It's quite impressive to see. And whoa, that's a really great shot there from Extend taking out Hussein. The pings are being spot on, and the push is coming in from the Nomad, and he'll eventually get the head of Wamai, and he will eventually get a double kill. Going with C4, he can be able to use it once from surprise, but it doesn't work out. Avid, triple kill. He is on a roll here, but he won't be that much because he is the only operator remaining currently, and he needs to clutch this one out on a one-in-two situation. He still needs to know that there are two players who's currently situated from the bakery. He sees the head, and he'll eventually take a vid and gets a quad kill. It's just Noctis remaining here. Angles being opened up. He doesn't know exactly where the location is. Pins being found out from Nomad. He still needs to be careful. He has to go for the frag. Goes to the vault in. Sees the head of Echo, and he will get it. Action with the ace, and they will win round 6 as almost walked over.
Will be more than happy to take that kill. Ball still scanning away more than enough into the first team. That's gonna fire from below. Tiki Donut, so much damage is down. And will the kill be confirmed any second? Now the heartbeat scanner comes out. He's gonna see the slow movement, and the kill should be confirmed. Not quite. Spaceman, you're very close to taking the ash out, and if Seeking Donut goes down now, then Darkness Esports will be in a back position. But shots apart from Jaeger. What a headshot from Spaceman! He's gonna confirm while the revive is coming off. Three, will it be spotted on his hands? Shots apart, but no, the UMP will win. Next is his position, and the Thermite seems to peak. There we go. The kill is confirmed. It's all down to Kaid. Mischief in less than 50 seconds remaining. Time is off, and Mischief is here on the second floor. The third floor, that is. He doesn't even have a C4. He has to go for the gunfights, and the AOG probably isn't going to win in this situation. He's going to go for the peak. He finds one. Almost gets collateral, but he won't be getting that just yet. Both attackers have pulled back towards the painting set, and oh, what a connect! Onto the head of Lawrence from Mischief. It's all down to Prakul. Mischief himself is very low on HP. The Kaid could be taken out by just sneezing on him. Noise right here as the bot. He knows where this guy is playing. The running from the Kaid is given his position, but no! The clutch is confirmed by Mischief. The play is in, and the Kaid lumbering around on top floor will get the counter defuse in. He misses him, and the plant is coming off. I think he will find the kill onto one. It's all down to the smoke, and Zujin will get the plant off. There is the kill from Ovitri onto Gypsy, as it's now 1v2. Make that 1v1. The smoke is here for the clutch. He might just be able to find it. The last attacker towards the side of red stairs. That is Jinx. It's between Jinx and Ovitri. The SMG-11 versus the Type 89. Will the shotgun come up from the smoke? He's going for the angle from the Heaven has drop. Will he see the Hibana? Will the Hibana see him? He's going to go back towards the diffuser. Try and bait it out with a counter defuse. Or will he stick it? No, he's baiting it. The Hibana doesn't push, but he's going to be seen! And Ovitri with the triple kill clutch is gonna get the round for the side of Dauntless Esports.
That is not a play you want to be making. I'm not sure that's the right thought process, but no, there he was. Speaker's gonna find Sophia. Not gonna find the frag in Sonic. Exchanging some shots here. I think he's trying to go for the balance tricks that are stopping him, but there you go. The quick pick comes in once again from Spaceman. That is the frag that the Valkyrie needed. Drop down comes in from, well, like I said, it's essentially 2 versus 1, and now Spaceman comes in with the C4 next. Well done, Thunder goes up. He's sticking the plant. He's not getting off of it by that means the post-match situation, but no, Spaceman is going to back you off quite a bit. He's not going to find the frag. He will indeed. That's again the Valkyrie with the plays. Once again from the side of Spaceman, that is what is going to secure almost walk over. Another round on board.
Has not made a rotate that they needed to. Smokes are going to come out from the gridlock as the push is going to happen towards the Visa over. Will they be able to find him? The Maestro's here. Will he find one? No, he gets taken out. Instead, the Thatcher was at gunfight. Meanwhile, Kingstar got Keo. That is the diffuser drop, but the plant is still happening. Will he find him? Yes, he will! The denial is in. The Jaeger shooting through the smoke is going to connect onto the planter. And as the gridlock goes down for Rios, but that is, of course, at the end of the round, as CC is going to be taken out. He was trying to come in, but there was a peek from Yellow Stairs. Meanwhile, there is a Sonic. That is the man on Yellow Stairs with the diffuser. The Pulse is very close to him, but so is the Thermite, of course. Will they find the Pulse? I don't think they have. Kyo's going to find Kingstar. Meanwhile, that is the Pulse down. It's all down to Lynch once again. Kenny sees the plant. He sees the hands, and he gets the down just in time! The Maestro with the evil eye doing it again! And oh dear me, veterans on the attack will be kicking themselves this time.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege and all that other stuff that I'm supposed to say in this situation, but unfortunately, we are not going to be having the third match of the night. It was supposed to be Never Diamonds versus Mercenaries, but that game will not be happening due to some unfortunate difficulties that we are facing from our own end. And with that being said, it's just unfortunate. But it's been happening for a while. We do apologize for the inconvenience and for the fact that we're not going to be finishing Division 2 on the high note that I know all of our viewers in chat wanted it to. But with that being said, that's going to do it from myself, Blackjack, my co-caster, Babagusa, and all of our admins here at the TEC. We will see you guys tomorrow with Division 1. And that should be a very exciting weekend coming up to your screens. We'll be back with that when we will be. That is on the weekend. We'll see you there. Good night.